All right, what's up, world? What's up, world? This is your boy Bernard Dice from Lifestyle Motivation. As always, if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, find a reason to smile because you are blessed and highly favored at the end of the day, right? So let's jump into it. Today's topic is about parenting your kids to success, right? Or parenting to success, right? I'm gonna give you some good tips today on how to parent to success, right? I'm a father of 5, so hey, take heed is all I'm gonna tell you, right? So at the end of the day, when we have our kids, we have to understand that we are the gatekeepers for our kids. So we should be the role models. We should be the ones that teach them right from wrong. We should be the ones to instill positivity into them, right? And we should be that example for them. You have to think of parenting as a necessity for the success of your kids, right? So anybody that's thinking about leaving their kids, not being in the life of their kids, anybody that's thinking about being a parent, right? Be great at it. Take it as something serious, right? Because you are sort of like that life or death for that child, right? You're the life or death for that child. At some point in life, as parents, we are gonna pass on and go to heaven. Basically meaning, at some point you're gonna die. And when you die, or think about this, if I died, right? Did I leave a legacy for my kids? And a legacy doesn't always mean financial stability for them, but if you parent correctly, you're gonna set them up for success to develop their own financial stability, whether you hand it to them or not, right? But if you die today, did I leave a legacy of wisdom, knowledge, and empowerment for my kids to know how to handle pressure, right? To know how to handle stress, right? As they embark on their journey of life, right? As they go through different adversities and all those different types of things that they may encounter in life, no matter what it is, whether it's relationship, career-wise, business, right? Backbiting, people talking about them, whatever it is, pressure of trying to elevate themselves to the next level, right? The pressures of giving up, grief, whatever it is, right? They have to be set up for success. And how do you do that? So the first thing is teaching your kids that stress is non-avoidable, right? Stress is non-avoidable, right? As parents, we have to deal with stress on a day-to-day basis, whether it's paying them bills, right? Or dealing with the nonsense that our kids do handle or hand over to us on a day-to-day basis, right? Or dealing with the good stress of empowering them because they're doing something great, right? They get them good grades in class, right? Right? Or they do something without you asking them at home, right? Or they help you out with something, right? When I was growing up, my dad would always come to me. We always used to work hard and hard up under old school Chevys, right? And I told him one day, I'm gonna buy you that old school Chevy, right? That you want painted up, rimmed up, everything, right? But a lot of times you have to teach your kids to handle stress. And how you do that is forcing them into habit to do things that they do not want to do, right? Whether they eventually learn to love it, but at the same time, when you force them to do things that they do not want to do, you help them build a mindset on how to handle pressure in life, right? How to get on that job when they get older, to not walk out the job when they haven't bagged another one just because someone told them something that they didn't like, right? Just because they're on that sports team and the coach got on their butt, they know how to handle that pressure of someone giving them corrective criticism because they know how to bounce back from it, because they already been built to handle pressure, right? To do something that was uncomfortable. And as parents, we have to teach our kids that there's 2 forms of stress. There's good stress, right? When you're trying to do something great, right? There's a stress of when you good at something, like playing basketball. If you good at it, you know you gotta make that free throw. This is the game winner, right? You tied up 89-89, right? And you have to hit this free throw with 1 second left on the clock. If you don't, you lose the game. That's a good pressure, right? Bad pressure or bad stress, right? Right? Or self-inflicted stress, right? Is when you going through something to where life done threw your curveball, right? Whether that's anything on your job, whether that's, hey, your girlfriend left you, right? As a teenager, right? Another kid is bullying them, right? How to deal with that stress. And the way to teach them is to teach them to know how to control their emotions. To know how. Just because something hurts doesn't mean that it's okay that you're going through that pain. But how do you deal with that pain, right? And when you teach them how to deal with pain, right, it forces them into a mindset of being able to control their emotions, right? And at the end of the day, when you have a kid that's strong-minded, right, you can always tell the difference between them and the kid that doesn't know how to deal with pressure, right? The kid that's over here that's consistently crying over every single thing that goes on, right? To where they make excuses about everything that goes on in their life, right? They never know how to bounce back from a situation, right? It's all about the parenting style, right? And when you see those different things in life, you know that that kid had a good parent, right? You know that that kid had a parent that talked through situations with them, right? Even before those situations happened, that parent was there to mold them and teach them and share wisdom and knowledge about different experiences in life, right? So the next thing is teach your kids that working hard works, right? Work hard at every single thing that they do. Do not wait for anyone to hand them anything in life. Bust they butt every single time that they have to do something, even as a young kid. Teach that child that it's not okay to lose, right? So let's take it back to the bitty basketball. Everybody know in bitty basketball, right? What do? They give everybody a trophy, whether you win or lose, right? Which is good. But at the flip side of that, if your kid is out there not doing what they need to be doing, they run around in circles while everybody else is running back and forth, up and down the court. You need to teach your kid that that is not okay, right? Or your kid is participating in soccer, right? And your kid is over there playing with the flowers instead of running, chasing that ball. That is not okay. And you have to know how to have those conversations with them to teach them right from wrong, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable behavior, right? And then that way you allow them the opportunity to grow, right? Teaching through growing, right? Teaching through effectiveness, right? Teaching through observation, right? And you don't observe their behavior, so now it's time to correct it by molding it and being consistent as a parent with that teaching, right? And when you do that, you set them up for success because you're going to build a mindset in them to be like, okay, every time I get out of here, I gotta go get it. Not that my parents going to be mad at me if I don't, but it's a way that I need to get out here and I need to go try to win, right? Because I know at the end of the day, hard work plus max effort equals success. So if they get out there and bust their butt each and every single time, eventually they gonna win, right? And even if they don't win that specific game, they still don't win in life because they know how to push through whatever it is that they're going through, right? Next thing is excuses are for losers. Point blank bottom line. Excuses are for losers. Teach your kids that it's not okay to make excuses. They have to hold themselves accountable. If they say something, be a person of their word, right? And as a parent, we have to show them that by reflection, right? By observation of our kids watching us, right? If we tell them that we're going to do something, do it, right? You tell them you're going to go to the store and get them that piece of candy, you better go to the store and get them that doggone piece of candy, right? At the end of the day, you tell them that you're going to go out there and do something for them, be a person of your word. One thing I do with my kids is promises. At the end of the day, if I make a promise to you, that's something that's bound, that's bonded by, I'm gonna say by blood, bonded by my heart, because I'm not gonna break that promise to them, right? Now, as a parent, if you make a promise and then you cannot commit yourself to accomplishing that promise in the time that you done gave to your kid, then you have to know how to teach them that, okay, this is not gonna be able to happen now, but at the same time, I will keep grinding and making the moves that I need to make it happen what I told you I was gonna do. So honoring your word is the biggest thing out of that, right? Teach your kids how to honor their word, right? And then next thing is teach them to learn from their mistakes, right? As parents, we have to learn also from our mistakes, right? If you know you're not co-parenting, right? Even when you're staying in the same household, you know you're not loving on your kids the way that you need to, right? You need to be the example for them, right? Right? If you're doing things where you constantly making mistakes, you job hopping, right? And then it's not actually benefiting you and your family as a parent, right? Or you right there running the streets and then it's causing negative impact on the lives of your kids, right? You're not helping out in the household, right? You constantly making mistakes. You're cheating on your wife or you're cheating on your husband. You're constantly making mistakes. And you're setting your kids up to do the exact same thing, right? So at the end of the day, we have to teach our kids that once you make a mistake, learn from it, right? It happens once, okay, we consider it a mistake, right? It happens twice, 2 or 3 times, it's turning into a habit to where something that has to be corrected. So teach kids that there are consequences for doing something that's not right. And those consequences sometimes have to be faced head on, right? So the next thing is teach your kids to surround themselves with positive people, right? At a young age, you can teach a kid that those kids that's over there picking with the other kids, laughing at everything, that stuff that ain't even funny, right? Instead of they're never trying to help another, right? You got the kids that's bullying over here. That's because no one is correcting them, right? At the end of the day. So charity starts at home. So when you teach your kid how to behave behind closed doors, which is at your home, they know how to behave when they go to school. Your kids know at the end of the day that it's going to be consequences for their actions if they don't do what they need to get done at home or at school, right? They know how to behave. So teach your kids that it's not okay to bully, right? It's not okay to not do what's right. Teach them that it is okay to do what they need to do. It is okay to help somebody else, right? It is okay to do the right thing. Even as a young age, teach them that it's okay to tell somebody that they did a great job, to encourage another, right? Teach them that it's okay, it's not okay, should I say, it's not okay to be a bully, but it's okay to be a leader, right? But to be a leader, you gotta first know how to follow, right? And as parents, we gotta teach those things and show those to our kids that it's okay to listen, it's okay to communicate, right? It's a time to speak, right? At the same time, right? But it's a time also to be quiet, right? So do those things, right? Next thing is super, super important. As a parent, you need to always tell your kid that you're proud of them. Always. Always tell your kid that you're proud of them. When they do something great, stop what you're doing. Take that moment, embrace it, and tell them that you're proud of them, right? And as parents, we also have to tell ourselves that we're proud of us when we know we grinding and working hard each and every single day to do the things we need to do to set our kids up for success in the future, right? Then next is spoil your kids the right way. And I'm going to say this again. Spoil your kids the right way. You're going to hear a lot of people say, oh, they spoiled. They a spoiled brat. This and that. Yes. If a kid is a spoiled brat, that means they do not appreciate the value of being able to get great things, right? They do not appreciate the value of being handed money, right? The value of being handed a car, the value of being able to go to the store and get certain things, right? The value of being able to wear the nice clothes, the fresh Jordans and the Air Maxes and, right? The new Converse and all that kind of stuff, right? When you teach a kid the value of having good things or great things in their life from the hard work that you done put in, they appreciate life much better when they get older, right? And this can be teaching them by giving them chores, right? When they do a chore, reward them, right? Whether that's with something that they love, right? Whether that's every month going out, buying them that video game that they want, right? Whether that's giving them money to be able to go out and buy shoes that they want, right? Keeping money in their pocket by them getting good grades, right? That's something my parents and them always did, and they still do with my kids, is, hey, what's their grades? Are they getting C's and above? All right, you getting C's and above, you doing good, right? The goal is to get A's and B's, yes. But at the same time, sometimes, hey, even kids fall short. As long as they done gave max effort, though, in every single thing that they doing, hey, you reward them for that. You tell them that you're proud of them, right? And then finally is teach your kids that it's okay to be competitive. A competitive spirit is gonna outwork and outlast anybody, right? That's gonna force them to get their grades when they in school, right? That's gonna force them to learn when they in school, right? It's gonna force them to go off to college and start those businesses, right? And pass those classes. It's gonna force them by you teaching them all them tips, right? When they get away from home, they not gonna be trying to run wild, right? Because they already know that it's consequences for their actions. They know that somebody is always watching them, right? And they know how to control their emotions even when something negative happens, right? That they wasn't expecting. They still know how to deal with that at the same time, right? Because at the end of the day, like I told you, at some point, we're gonna perish from this life, right? So what are you actually leaving behind for your kids? And that should be knowledge, empowerment, right? So teach them to be competitive. Hey, it's just like working out. Teach them that they gotta do them sit-ups and them crunches, and they gotta do them better than anybody else. They gotta get stronger, and they gotta do it, right? Teach them that. Force them into a positive mindset and a habit of empowerment to where it strengthens their mind, right? Physically, mentally, and emotionally, right? To be able to deal with anything that happens in life. And the only way that you're gonna be able to do these things as a parent is by doing them first. And that's the moral of this story. So if you watched it to the end, you have to instill these tips into your own lifestyle in order to be great. In order for the kids to see the greatness inside of you and for you to pass something along to them, don't just talk about it, be about it, right? And then the world is gonna be a better place, because once you do it, others are gonna see how you spread love and you instill greatness in your kids, right? Through empowerment, right? Telling them that you're proud of them, right? Right? By getting out there running with them, right? When they running back and forth out there, right? By sitting down and focusing on them, putting your phone down and focusing and spending time with your own kids, right? So at the end of the day, empower yourself to be great as a parent. Know that you're a great parent. If you're a great parent, hey, pat yourself on the back and keep doing it, because it's not the end. If you're seeking to be a parent, hey, be impactful. Set your kids up for success, and then the rest is gonna be great. So this is your boy, as always, Bernard Dice from Lifestyle Motivation. Thank you so much. Be empowered. Parent your kids for success, right? And when you parent your kids up for success, hey, you done already did the first part. You great. So Signing off. Have a great day. Stay blessed. It's your boy Bernard Dice from Lifestyle Motivation.